Holy shit. Finally, I've got the carburetors back together. Nothing appears to be leaking. They both appear to be functioning within parameters. The float bowls are not tight because obviously on there goes the overflow pipe. The next thing I want to do was install these, but you can't do that, can you, Gary? Because you haven't finished all the wiring on that side, and a couple of other things that may or may not affect it, such as brake lines and fuel lines. So once I get my head under the bonnet again, I got to look at where the brake lines are going to go and the fuel lines are going to go and decide whether or not I need to put the carburetors on now or not. Would I like to? Yes, I would love to get these on there and sorted out and out of the way, but sometimes you have to stop your enthusiasm and say, okay, I need to do X first. And I got a funny feeling X is what I have to do first. So let me go have a look at that. I still got some more wiring shit to finish off. I went to swap the voltmeter for an ammeter. Nice voltmeter. I think it came from a Triumph or an MG or something. So if any of you have got one of those and you need a voltmeter, let me know, because it is not going back in. It's nice, it's good. I sort of semi-restored it, cleaned it up, painted it, made sure it worked, and well, simply put, I'm not putting it back into the car. I don't know when it was made. There doesn't appear to be a date on it, but it's a good gauge. So, you know, if you need one, give me a shout. You got my email address at the end of this video. Make me a sensible offer and it's yours. I'm going back to the ammeter. Right, what else? What else have I got to do? Oh, I've got my nipples here. I've got like 4 or 5 nipples in there that I'm soaking to get all the grease out of before I put them back in their hinges, assuming they're okay. I don't know if they are. I'm still waiting for Jagnut to send me some nipples. I ordered 8 nipples, so we'll see. Again, these are like fucking hen's teeth. Not that I ever fucked hen's teeth, but there you go. I now have to, sorry, I kind of digress there. With the instrument panel, the center instrument panel, the gauges were not recessing far enough. And I've since discovered that the S-type panel that I'm putting on, the holes are, shall we say, snug. What I now need to do is take that panel off, which means disconnecting all of those gauges, take the panel off, and make sure each gauge fits through the wood, and then bolts up snugly against, or bolts, you know, does up snugly against the metal plate behind it. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have put the S-type one on there. But I kind of like it. It's nice. All right, let me get on with that. For you, it's going to be a moment. For me, it's tomorrow because it's 5 o'clock. And I'm done for the day. I really am. I'm cattle trucked. So see you in a moment. Okie dokie. I've definitely decided to put the ammeter back in. I've had to shorten the bracket because these screws were quite short, and as I'm using this on a dash that's an S-type for my Mark II, I've had to shorten the bracket. Because I shortened the bracket, I gave myself about ½ an inch. I got very close to these connections here. Last thing I want to do is short these out because these puppies are hot. So just a bit of shrink sealer what the hell do you call it? Oh, there's a name for it, isn't there? I can't think what it's called now. Heat shrink tubing, duh. Put that on there, heated it up, obviously, with a heat gun, and now it's ready to go back in. Well, it's done. Behind the centre dash is complete. One thing left to do will be when I put the dash top on, and that's for the little map light that goes here. I put the ammeter back in, decided it was just too much hassle with that voltmeter, so we'll see how it goes. I believe I've got the connections the correct way round now for negative earth. I guess I'll find out, won't I? What else? Oh, I fixed this. This was a little loose, so I had to pinch the connection up a little tighter. Got all the bulbs in. Everything is now reconnected. I hope. Ha ha ha. We shall see. Now, what else are we going to move on to? I still have more wiring to sort out. I really can't do anything on the rev counter and speedo until I get the wires back from, well, it's S&G Barrett, but it's actually Auto Sparks that are making up the harness that they didn't supply, which they really should have done. But however, they're sorting it out, hopefully. What's the wiring I've got over here? I've got a glove box wiring here. I believe that's what it is. Although 1, 2, 3 blacks and a red. What else have I got over that side? That's interesting. I don't know. Maybe these spade blacks should come through to here somewhere. Oh crap, here we go again. Ah, the cigar lighter is devoid of a black. Now that is something I shall have to fix immediately. Okay, well that means then that one of these blacks goes onto the cigar lighter. Okay, so then there's another spare spade. I wonder where he goes. Just when you thought it was safe to go back, huh? It definitely goes on the cigar lighter. And that is a given. No, not a gibbon, a given. Yeah. Talk amongst yourselves. Can't see where one's missing. I'm going to have to look at some others. There's a couple of people have sent me pictures of their dash behind, you know, this here. So I will have a look at those photographs and see, but definitely going to do the cigar lighter there. In fact, I tell you what, let's have a look here. That cigar lighter is rather loose. I guess I need to get my little... Oh, pull this bloody thing out of the way. Not that I'm ever going to be using the lighter in here. No one will be allowed to smoke in my car. I don't know whether my wife or I smoke. The odds of someone smoking are his bloody remote. But that's what's going to happen there. Ah, that doesn't seem to want to go tight. Why is it? Maybe it was just me. It's going tight now. Ah, okay. Now what I've got to do is tighten up that screw, bring in the black wires, find their way through here somewhere. There's going to be a gap there somewhere. Oh, there we go. All right. Okay, and that's for the glove box light. I wonder if one goes to the switch. No, it can't. No, that goes to the switch. Then there must be a little bit that goes up to the light. All right. Let me get a screwdriver on this. Tighten this little baby up here on the cigar lighter. and then we'll move on to some wiring underneath. I've got the starter motor to do. I've got a wiring harness to clip out of the way for the dip switch. I'm not sure what else. I've got the alternator to figure out a mounting, and the wires for that, which the wires for that aren't difficult. It's 2 connections, one big one, one small one. All right, let me get on with that. We'll be back. When you're doing the center dash, you'll find one of these tools extremely handy. This is for tightening up the switches. I originally got this from the Jaguar Enthusiast Club in the UK. That was back in the 80s. I'm sure they still have them. Let me take you over here. Is the light there? Yes, it is. Hang on a second. Ouch. Don't bang your knee against the door, though, because that hurts. Especially when you've got a fake knee like I have. There it is. The dash is now complete. With the ammeter in. So we'll see how that goes. I still do have the voltmeter, should I decide that's what I want to do. I know this isn't original, doing it this way, but I like the wood. So we will see, and we will see how it goes, and it's easily removable if not wanted. What else do we have to do? Oh, I moved the flasher unit. It was hitting, or it was very close to this voltage stabilizer, and I didn't want them to meet. So I put it over that side, out of the way, and just moved the wires out. What was the gentleman's name? Hang on a second. There was a guy that sent me a message showing me pictures of his dash. Don't worry, I'll put it in the text in a second. He sent me the pictures of the back of his dash. Now there are differences. You know, some of the connections he's got were eyes, and I've got some spades. But one thing I noticed was the ignition switch, and I looked at it and thought, well, hang on a minute. He's got those 2 white wires next to each other, whereas I've got my white wires either end and the brown and white in the middle. That's odd, I thought. Then I looked at it and realised why. I had connected it wrongly. And had I put the power to the car, probably the ignition would have probably been permanently on, which is not what you want. So do be careful of that. The 2 white wires need to go on one side, and you'll see that there is a U-shaped piece, so that the 2 wires are joined together. All right, that's going to be it for today. Bit of a short video, but as always, thanks for watching, and get out in the garage and go do some shit.